Yeah, if the company, we would like to bring the core values to all stakeholders, not just for customers. Stakeholder, now you remember stakeholders? Yeah. Core values is in Vietnamese? Yes, giá trị cốt lõi. And individual, you have a giá trị cốt lõi, core values? Yes. Phúc and Huy and Giao, I share with you already. And 3 of you is not yet. One company. And now, for example, you read loud is the core values of Vinamilk. Integrity. Respect. Fairness. Ethics. Compliance. And why is the 5 core values? Yeah, normally it's anything. They said that your hand have 5 fingers. If you create something more than 5, you cannot handle. You cannot hold. You cannot handle well. That's the reason why anything, your ideas, your concept, everything, maximum should be 5. Because your hands are 5 fingers and you can hold very tight and you can handle very well. If more than that, you cannot handle well. And that's the reason why core values, normally any company, they create 5 core values. When they brainstorm, they discuss, it's 20, 30, 50 core values from each member. However, after that, they defend, they fight, debate together, and they agree together, and they choose the most relevant for their company, for their brand, for their product, and for yourself. From now on, May of 2026, until your graduations, maybe it's June, no, the last semesters until July or August, maybe August of 2028. For example, here you have 2 years, 28, 26 here, 27 here, and 28 here. Yeah. And each of this we call mission. One vision include some missions. Understand? Similar with Cao Hiền here. She has this one vision until here to become the CMO in 2043. And she have a mission here. Graduated with HD or something like that, or with a good job, or blah, blah, blah. And until here is to become the marketing manager, here to become marketing director, and here to become the CMO. And each of this is one mission. One vision includes some missions. Understand? And that's the reason why when they talk about the one mission, average last long is maybe 1 year or 2 years or 3 years. If your vision 2 years means one mission is 1 year, for example, or half year. And if mission like Cao Hiền is 17 years, and one mission maybe is here is 2 years, here is 5 years, here 5 years, here 5 years. Understand now? Yeah. And core values, what does it mean? Yeah, here I share with you already. Marketing is, can be easily misunderstood. It's just selling something. Marketing, why is in Vietnamese? We cannot translate marketing into Vietnamese. Marketing is marketing, not tiếp thị. Tiếp thị, what does it mean? Sell. Yes. Tiếp thị means go to every door and knock, knock, knock and give some sampling. Yeah, tiếp thị and sell something. Sell with the very low level. And that's the reason why in Vietnamese we don't translate marketing into Vietnamese. Yeah, marketing is marketing. Yeah, marketing is marketing in Vietnamese. Someone think just selling and advertising, but advertising very low level like a producer, neon sign and signage. Bảng quảng cáo, bảng hiệu quảng cáo, đèn quảng cáo. Not advertising with the TVC, with the campaigns. Account, what do they do? Here, someone, if you can create the concept, you can create the big ideas. When you receive one brief from client, you brainstorm with your team, with account, with creative, with the whole team of the agency, and you come up a proposal to present to the client. You can do this job. And for relevant, for someone, it's a very creative thing. You can build the concept, the big ideas, so many big ideas every day. If you cannot handle this job. Before, it belongs to account. But who do the very good account cannot handle this. What do they do? Someone do accounts and to be some person like me. Very energized and very active, very quick. And they are the key contact. They are the key contact between client and agency. When client requests agency to come to their office at the brief meeting, and the account is the key person to receive the brief. And after the meeting, you work for agency, always you do the contact report. What does it mean? Being back. And if you cannot do that, misinformation somewhere, some here, and the account, you can handle. You are the contact person. You handle internal agency. You brief, you call the meeting after receive the brief from the client and back to your office, back to your company, your agency, and you call the meeting between strategic planning, between your team, between creative designer, creative persons, and media, and brainstorm, and come up, lead the team to come up the big ideas, and you push, you keep, you control the process, because have to meet the deadlines. Often so many deadlines. The final one. If you have this step, you have to finish this step. You have to finish. You make the timeline for the campaign. Not just one campaign. All the campaigns, projects, activities of the whole year with all channels. And when you work as an account, very easily for you to move to client side, to become the marketing executive. Or if you are the account manager or account director and you move here and you become the marketing manager, for example. Always when you move to client side with a big company like this, your level, your titles have to be the lower level. Because agency, global agency, however, the scope very small. And when you move to global client like this, they are really big size. And when you work for one agency, you know so many things, you experience. It's the agency side. And when you move there, you have a strong points, you have some strengths. If you stay here very long time, you cannot move there. Normally, just 3 years or 5 years maximum. If longer, this culture is totally different from here. And the client side, they don't accept you. And you cannot adapt to their culture. This step, design a customer value driven marketing strategy. What does it mean? That is the keyword. The keyword. What is the keyword here? The keyword is marketing strategy. If you can delete all of them, it is a marketing strategy. And what kinds of marketing strategy? Here, you build the marketing strategy for yourself or for whom? for customers. And if for customers, you focus on what element of customers. When you think, you analyze, you understand about customers, and you should focus on what element of customers. Their values. Yeah, you have just 5-6 words only. Understand? Now, the topic or the lecturer or the assignment asks you to design or to build what? The marketing strategy. What kinds of marketing strategy? The marketing strategy for customer. About customers, they have so many things around them. And the customer value. The customer value means you bring this, you put here. It's become the adjective. Now. This one is noun. And this one is adjective is noun. Yeah, customer values. And this is subordinate for the marketing strategy. Or in marketing professional terms, they call that a customer value driven marketing strategy. Means marketing strategies is driven by customers' value. Driven, what does it mean? But here in this case, not is driving. Marketing strategy, when we design, we build, we create based on marketing customers' values. Understand? We focus on the values of target customers. We base on that for building, designing, creating the marketing strategy. How can we build the marketing strategy driven customers' values? We select customers to serve market segmentation and targeting. What does it mean? Segmentation and targeting. And we decide on a value proposition, differentiation and positioning. Yeah, today we discuss about this and this. Understand? Depends on the brief. Do you know the brief? When you work for agency sign as an account, you have to know how to write a contact report. Always account. After meeting, you have to submit right away. When you back to the office, you submit the contact report to internal first. Everyone can add on and revise for you. And after that, you send right away after a few hours from the meetings sent to the clients. Report, contact reports. And you have to know how to write a brief. Because some clients, they don't want to write a brief. Or some small or medium clients, they don't know how to write the professional brief. And you write for them. You write for them and you send to them. It's okay or not. You can revise. You can help. Understand? And here, they have one department. They have all operations. Of course, they have a HR. They have a accounting. Maybe if you have an admin, just one person, admin come. Do you know come the team? HR and accounting, not account. Agency size, very small size. Boutique. And that's the reason why some agencies they don't have this. And some they have one person to take care of. And for the below the line agency, they have the accountant. Because a lot of transaction for below the line agency. But for above the line agency, they don't have many transactions. Yeah. And depends on your strong points. And you can work as a strategic planner, or designer, or account, or activation, or operation. This agency, below the line agency, they run the big events. If you work for, that's it. If your agency work for Messi, and they run some concerts like Andre Shanghai. Andre Shanghai belong to the WDAC, Beyond. However, they work with some agency. Yeah. If you work for WDAC group, they have so many sub companies, sub agencies. Some agencies they take care of the concert, music concert. Some they take care of the big event like the launching event, big one, or the opening. For example, our opening we call the conception day because we don't call the normal functional name is opening. New school year opening. New school year opening is very functional. Not marketing, not the house like to have some special day. That's the reason why we call conception day. Or for example, the birthday of the student Vietnam. He doesn't want to call the birthday of student Vietnam. He would like to call it future or something like that. The marketing name. If someone would like to run, to organize the events, and you know, if you work for below agency, Hiền, Anton, and Đức, I send them to the Phoenix Communication Agency. They become the organizers to attend. They are one of the organizers to run the big events for Pandora launching in visit to Vietnam, Singapore in the year and in the near future. If some of you would like to experience, I send you to the city because I have a very good relationship with the Overline and Below agency, and you can attend. You run the big events for the big name, big company, big brands. Yeah, WBB is the model. I can't remember exactly which agency belong to WBB, however, they own a lot of global agencies. The local one is Golden Communication. Yes. In the future, and if you like, you apply for the agency side. The agency side, they produce what are their products, the service. They don't have the products. They don't have the factories. They are not manufacturers. They provide the service to the client side. What are their services? Actually, they claim they provide the marketing strategies, but not true. They cannot provide the marketing strategy. They claim they provide the marketing strategies, but no. When we are very junior, when I was young, I believe in that. Yeah, because I work for them, and they claim they provide a marketing strategy to client side. That's not true. Because their service is advertising and communication. And if you study Mediacom, now most of the international universities, they separate the marketing and Mediacom. Marketing belongs to the business department, and Mediacom, they have a separate department. However, in fact, in the market around the world, I work for so many global companies. Mediacom, including advertising, belong to marketing everywhere. And when you work for Mediacom, the highest position you can become in the future. Head of media and communication. Head of communication or communication director only. And head of communication, Mediacom, always report to the CMO, Chief Marketing Officer. Always. You cannot report directly to CEO. Never. They don't have time for you. And so many international global universities, they separate. Why? Since we have the digital, social media, and marketing more strategy, you study marketing, you can build the marketing strategy. If you study Mediacom, you cannot create marketing strategy. It's much more higher level. Mediacom, just one puzzle. You know puzzle? Yeah, one picture. It's marketing. Mediacom, just one puzzle.